Hello and welcome to our marriage group. So excited that you are here and so excited for the next 4 weeks and hoping that the next 4 weeks of challenges will totally help you and your marriage and your relationship with your spouse and hopefully even your relationship with yourself, because as we improve our relationship with others, hopefully we're making ourselves a better person too, right? Okay, so I wanted to do a quick video about just kind of a rundown of what to expect in this group. So every single morning at 6 a.m., you will see a challenge pop up, and that is the challenge for the day. The point of this group is to help make your marriage better, right? And that is done through these challenges. So the challenge will show up every morning at 6 a.m. Your job is to do that challenge sometime during the day. Sometimes the challenges will be like, sometime this week do the challenge, or sometimes the challenges will be like, okay, for the whole week do this challenge, but you will know what the challenge is every morning at 6. Every evening, 6 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, I should say, because we do have different time zones in this group. At 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, a check-in will pop up, and that is, you will comment on it, and it will always ask you a couple questions about the challenge for the day and whether or not you did it. So you need to have done the challenge before you check in. Then you need to check in, and every person who did the challenge and checked in for all 28 days will get access, or will get a Victoria's Secret or Home Depot gift card. And there's a reason I haven't told you the amount on it yet. If every single person finishes, then I need to consult my budget and do what will make the most sense for me and my budget. So probably like at least $10 though. But if only 2 people finish for all 28 days, then I might up it to, be a $50 gift card or something like that. So, but I want you to do these challenges, and I want you to check in. And even if you didn't do every challenge, and even if you didn't do every check-in, if you missed a day, or if you missed 4 days, or if you missed 12 days, this challenge is 28 days. Okay, and the point of this group, the reason you signed up is not because you wanted a Victoria's Secret gift card or not because you wanted a Home Depot gift card. I hope. The reason you signed up for this group is because you wanted to improve your marriage. So whether or not you have perfect check-ins, I want you to still show up. Even if you did not check in the night before or whatever, still show up, because if worse comes to worse, maybe no, you don't get a gift card, but you have a better marriage. And I think that is worth more than anything I could give you rewards wise, right? So even if you don't have perfect check-ins or you don't do the challenges perfectly, still show up, still be here, still find these challenges, and still be in tune so that you can know what you can do to help improve your marriage. Because I promise you, if you do the things in here, it will improve. I promise, 100% guarantee. And if you paid for this, I would give you 100% money back guarantee, but you didn't, so I can't do that. Okay, so it's a 4-week group, and the group is called 4 Things That Every Marriage Needs, right? So the first week we'll be focusing on food, and every challenge will have something to do with food. The second week we will be focusing on intimacy, and every challenge throughout that week will have something to do with intimacy. The third week we'll have all the challenges will be about looking your best, right? Looking good for your spouse. And so all the challenges will be about looking good. The fourth week will be focusing on be his or her biggest cheerleader. So all of the challenges that week will be on being their cheerleader and things that entails. Okay. So that's kind of the layout of the group, just so you kind of know what to expect. I want every single person in this group to start reading a marriage book, myself included. I'm going to start tomorrow because we've got 28 days, right, in this group, and I want all of us to be improving on our marriage. So I have written down a couple of books that I'm going to suggest. You can pick whatever works best for you and whatever one you want, but I'll just give a couple of recommendations. And if I say something that's not on this list, feel free to read it. It just needs to be a marriage-specific book. Okay, and you can listen to it on Audible, you can buy it on Amazon and read it. I don't care. Just rent it from the library, borrow it from your mom, borrow it from your grandma. I don't care. Read a book. Okay, so one of the first ones that I would suggest is The 5 Love Languages. If you have not read that yet, it is a must. Period. End of story. So read that one if you haven't yet. Another book, if intimacy is something that you and your husband struggle with, or you would like to improve upon, And They Were Not Ashamed is an amazing book. I read it before we were married, and it is amazing. So I highly suggest that one. The rest of these I have not read, but I asked my mom, who is a huge marriage book guru person. She's the one who gave me this advice and, told me these things and the reason for this group, because her message inspired me so much, right? So I asked her, Mom, what are some marriage books you love? So another one she said was 7 Principles for a Successful Marriage. And she said it's kind of about examining your relationship to see where you need the most help. It talks also about how to confront your spouse if you have something that you need to talk to them about, but how to confront them in the best way possible so that it reduces tension and makes it more kind rather than harsh. So that is called 7 Principles for a Successful Marriage. Another one is called The Surrendered Wife. And that is, she said that's mostly for like the control freak, the driver, type A, type spouse. It's just kind of teaching you to let go. And it's obviously catered towards women since it's called The Surrendered Wife. But it's about not being a control freak and learning to let go a little. Another one that my mom said is like a huge must read, and this is the one that I actually am going to planning to read. I'm going to start it tomorrow. It's called The Proper Care and Feeding of Husbands. It's by Dr. Laura, the radio show Dr. Laura. Another one that I've heard really great things about is called His Needs, Her Needs. And if there are men in this group, that's catered towards men as well. So is the 5 love languages, and so is And They Were Not Ashamed. And I'm sure 7 Principles for Successful Marriages too. I've just never read those. Anything from Dr. Matt Townsend. My mom was like, yes, read those because those are really good. One that she was listening to was called An Enduring Love, and she loved that. Another one that my little sister actually suggested was called The Healer's Art. And that's more of an LDS book if you're LDS, or a Christian. It talks about Christ and how to be more forgiving. And then if you or your spouse struggles with pornography addictions or anything like that, my mom suggested 2 really great books. One is called Like Dragons Did They Fight? And that's about like how to safeguard your home against the dangers of pornography. And then there's another one called Lord Help Thou Mine Unbelief. And that is more catered towards women who they struggle with self-confidence now that they know that their spouse struggles with pornography, that they struggle with, it's because I don't look that good, or it's because I blah, 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 all those things that fill up in your head. It's just helping you know it is not your fault that your spouse has an addiction to pornography. And that's called Lord Help Thou Mine Unbelief. So again, these are just recommendations. You do not have to do any of the ones I just said, but I do want you to pick one book and read it, okay? That is part of this group. And so the first check-in is underneath in the comments in this video. I want you to tell me which book you're going to read or listen to. Okay, that's the first check-in. And if you don't do that, then guess what? You're not eligible for the prizes. But again, even if you miss out on 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 12 of the check-ins, still check into the group. See what other people are doing. See the challenges. See how you can improve in your relationship, because ultimately that is what we're here for, not to get gift cards and stuff. And that's it. So hopefully this is going to be an amazing experience for you and your spouse. A lot of thought and prayer and effort has gone into this group. And so I really, really, really hope and pray that it is something that blesses you and your marriage, because this is about so much more than just having a free group, right? So anyways, I love you guys, and let's do this. Good luck.